Hi friends, I am Arpita. I was just glued to my computer screen and I was preparing notes for my students. But if you are wondering that why am I having laptop in my hand in this video lecture, it is because today we are going to talk about computers and IT, which forms an important part of our life, and also it forms an important part of paper 1 syllabus. So we'll be looking at the topics which you need to study when it comes to computers and IT, because computers हमारी ज़िंदगी का एक बहुत अहम हिस्सा बन चुके हैं. I can feel that कि almost सभी जो मेरी एज के हैं they spend like 4 to 5 hours on the computer screen, be it their work or be it playing games, listening to music, watching movies, making notes. Computers अपने आप में एक इतना powerful device है that you can do anything with this device and it can keep you occupied for like thousands of years. So इसीलिए just because this device has become an integral part of the education system, it is important that every professor or a would-be professor knows the basics about computers. And इसीलिए हमारे UGC NET Paper 1 के syllabus में computer and IT से 5 questions हर साल आते हैं. So we'll be looking at few important topics that you must study if you are preparing for paper 1, and we'll have a detailed discussion on all these topics so that you can channelize your preparation and you can score good marks in your next paper 1 exam. So let's start from the basics. The first important component of computers and IT is knowing about computer system. Computers consist of CPU, which is Central Processing Unit. It comprises of two things, ALU and CU. ALU is Arithmetic Logical Unit and CU is Control Unit. Apart from this, you should also have basic knowledge of the memory. RAM, ROM, cache files, what are these terms? RAM is random access memory, ROM is read-only memory. Cache files are temporary files which are stored on your computer, and only when you run a cleaner these files are removed and you are able to use the space. आपके mobiles में भी when you download a cleaner, you install a cleaner from Play Store and you run that cleaner, 2 या 3 GB का memory खाली हो जाता है अचानक से, because all the cache files, the temporary files which were stored in your system, they are removed. So you get access to the storage that was used by those temporary files. Apart from this, you should also have basic knowledge of peripheral devices. Peripheral devices are basic softwares and hardwares that are used in computers. So you should know what are the basic hardware components and what are the basic softwares which are there in your computer. The next component that you must study is about computer networks. सारे computers अलग अलग हैं, but if you connect all those computers, you can do wonders. अगर मैं अपने घर के फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे रहती हूँ and my brother lives in the ground floor, and if we both keep our computers connected to a same printer, then if I give a command from the first floor, my documents will be printed. If my brother gives the command from the ground floor, the printer will print the documents. This is the benefit of having a computer network, कि एक ही device को आप बहुत सारे computers से एक साथ use कर सकते हैं. And there are a lot of other benefits which you can study on your own. I'm here to tell you the basic networks that you must remember. We have PAN, which is personal area network. It is for personal use. Then we have LAN, which is local area network. The computers in my house are connected with LAN, local area network. If you are a part of a college or a big institution, there all the computers must be connected using MAN, which is Metropolitan Area Network, connecting computers of a larger area. And finally we have WAN, which is Wide Area Network, which connects all the computers all over the world. And a very, very important example of WAN is internet. So with internet, we all are connected together. We are like Vasudev Kutumbakam. The entire world is my family. This is what you feel like when you are on internet. Everything is just one click away. So that is WAN. So you can know more about these computer networks because they form an important part of the syllabus of paper 1. We all know different languages. Some of us know Hindi, English and several other languages as well, Chinese, Spanish, French. Similarly, computers even have their own language, and their language is quite simple. They just use 2 digits, that is 0 and 1. So anything that you communicate to your computer is translated into a series of 0 and 1. So this language is called binary language or low level language, machine language. These are for some words used for language used by computers. You must be aware of modems. If you have a broadband connection in your house, there's a modem which converts digital signals and analog signals. So analog signals are converted into digital signals. Digital signals are signals which are transported in a series of 0 and 1. Analog signals are the signals which have wavelength frequency, just like our sound. This is an analog signal. So analog signal is converted to digital signals by modem. So modem is said to be modulator, demodulator. It has come from the word modulator and demodulator. Apart from this, you must also know that there are other kinds of language related to computer. We have got high level languages like Java, C++. All those who are into computer development and software development, they must be knowing that these languages, high level languages, are something which we understand, but the computers cannot understand that. So we need a compiler which can convert the high level language into machine language so that our instructions are understandable to the computer. So this entire theory of computer languages, you just need to go through the basics of these things. You should know the basic languages, what are the popular high level languages, what is the use of modem, how does compiler work. So a basic information, basic knowledge of this section will help you to score more in your exam. Next topic that you must study is storage devices. I remember when I was a kid, there was a time when our teachers used to ask us to bring the projects in floppies. So floppy was the most common kind of storage device at that time, and it used magnetic storage. Later came a time when DVDs and CDs became quite popular, and we found that all these optical devices came into trend. And finally now is the time when we use hard disk, we use pen drives in which we can carry so much information. Like I have seen pen drives which are so portable that you don't even see them with the naked eyes. They are so small, and those small pen drives can contain tons of information. So that is how computers and things related to computers have developed over a period of time. And you must know a bit about the trend of the storage device. You should also know the popular hard disk. In today's time, we have HDD, we have SSD. So you should know a bit about these two things. The next topic that needs your attention is file extensions. I'm pretty sure that if you are observant, then you don't need to learn file extensions, because I am quite confident about this fact that all of you must have worked on Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel. All of you must have seen images in your computers, and whenever you store all these images, all these documents, you find that they get stored with a name, and after that name there's a particular extension. These extensions are important and they are asked in NET exam. For example, every Word file has an extension .doc. Every image has an extension .jpg, .png, and several other extensions. Every Excel file has an extension .xls. So you should remember all these popular extensions, because they give you the extension and they ask that which particular software uses this kind of extension. When I was a kid, I was learning about storage units. For example, we had liters and how to convert liters into milliliters, and we had kilometers and how to convert kilometers into meters and centimeters and inches. So these were units which are used for measurement. Similarly, in order to measure the data stored in your computer, they use a different kind of unit which is called bytes, kilobytes, megabytes, gigabytes, terabytes. So another important section that needs your attention is the storage units. You should know how many bytes will make a kilobyte, how many kilobytes make a megabyte, how many megabyte makes a gigabyte, and how many gigabytes make a terabyte. And you need to know the sequence, that which of these storage unit is greater. Okay, a terabyte is greater than a gigabyte, and a kilobyte is less than a megabytes. So this comparison should be there on your fingertips. The IT sector is filled with acronyms. You cannot dare to go into the exam without knowing some popular acronyms. So the next section you need to study is acronyms. You should know simple acronyms for SMTP, which stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, MOOC, which stands for Massive Open Online Course. Then we have several other acronyms that will create a havoc in your brain, but I'm pretty sure that if you tend to learn those acronyms, it will definitely pay you the desired results. The next important section that you should not skip is terminology. Internet is filled with terminology. If you look at the IT sector, you will see so many terms. You should remember some popular terms. You will get a list of popular terms when you go through the previous year papers. You might encounter some popular terminology they have asked. So you should know more about those terms. For example, you should know what is bandwidth. Bandwidth means amount of data that can be transferred. Then we have things like Boolean operators. Whenever you search on Google, you can use operators like and, or, and these operators will help you to narrow down your search. If I use and, I can search about two things which are there in a same web page. If I'm talking about two writers and I put and in between them, that means only those pages will come in the search box which contains information about both the writers. Or means either of them. So these are called Boolean operators. They help you in searching things on internet. The next section is the most unexpected part of the question paper, because when I saw those questions in the question paper, I was shocked to see those questions, and I was really wondering that how am I going to solve this question in this lifetime. But then the situation became better when I came across several YouTube videos which helped me in solving those questions, and they were pretty easy. So the section that I'm talking about is binary to decimal conversion and decimal to binary conversion. Basically, binary are 0 and 1, okay? So they might give you a number like 250 and they ask you to convert that into binary. That means 0, 1 ke sequence mein you need to convert it. And on the other hand, they might give you a binary number like 010.77 and they ask you to convert that into decimal. So you need to get the digit for which that binary number is there. So this entire complex procedure is not so complex. If you go and watch some videos on YouTube how to convert decimal to binary and how to convert binary to decimal, I'm pretty sure that after watching 2 or 3 videos you'll have a crystal clear idea about how you can convert it. So this section requires your time, and it also requires a bit of a practice because it might sound a bit unfamiliar to you. So you must practice few decimal and binary conversions before you go and sit for your UGC NET paper. Finally, let's jump to the last topic, which comes under the umbrella term of computers and IT, and that is internet. All of us use internet on a regular basis, but it is important that we know certain important terms associated to internet. Like you should know that what is IP. IP is Internet Protocol. Every computer, every laptop has an IP address by which you can be traced from which IP the computer was hacked. This is a popular term that you will come across if you go and meet some web developers and some software engineers. Similarly, there are things like URL. My website is arpitakarwa.com. This is a URL, Uniform Resource Locator. So URL kya hota hai, you should know that. There are other important things like web browser kya hai. You should know which was the first web browser, Netscape. So these small basic things you should keep in your mind if you are preparing for UGC NET paper 1. These are very simple. If you just go through the previous year papers, you will come across these basic terms, and when you search these terms, you might land up on some other important terms as well. I would not suggest you to go through any particular guidebook or any particular book in order to understand all these things. That is the reason why I have classified it under categories, so that you know what things you need to read under the section called IT and computers. So with that note, I end my video lecture. I have already made a few videos on paper 1 and few important topics I have covered in those video lectures. If you have not gone through my YouTube channel. You can go to my YouTube channel and look at the playlist of paper 1. You will find few important videos that you should not miss if you are preparing for paper 1. If you have not subscribed to this channel, then do it right now. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon so that you are notified every time I post a video for your guidance and for your assistance. So with that note, I end this video. Happy learning, keep loving literature, and stay tuned to arpitakarwa.com.